Okay, we are here for the chef server triage on Friday, the 13th of March. Let's get started with the newest issue first. So Chakravarti K. Kalyan says that they have chef server 1291 installed. Decrease the CPU usage. This is surprising. Like if it was the old chef server, I would have expected this kind of a thing.
Well, it's 12.9, which is oldish.
But it would still like it's post. I guess I was saying it's not the Ruby.
No. Well, I'm wondering what this child setup is. I mean, okay, so there's like all these keygen cache timeouts.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so at first glance, I look at this and see that the keygen. It's weird. So I'm looking at this log. The keygen cache worker count is being bumped and dropped, very rapidly.
Yeah.
How many CPUs do they have? I mean, the load average is insane. They have a 1,000 load average.
Yep.
Okay, so they. I wonder what this child setup is. Oh, it's 1219. Okay, I have a theory on this one, actually.
Okay.
Is and this may be fixed in later stuff. Is my thought. So there was sometime around the 1217 releases, we did a fix for Chef Authn keygen worker stuff, in that we weren't capturing what we were in this thing is if we're doing keygen
Uh-huh.
and the keygen failed for some reason, usually because it took too long,
Okay.
it would basically, we got into the situation where we were storming huge numbers of keygen workers, and every single one of them was timing out because none of them was getting enough CPU time to finish within the timeout.
Which sounds like what is happening here.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the. This is in Chef Authn, I think. Pull requests closed. Yeah, so this is the pull 35 of Chef Authn. So I might just start doing a little. Right. So I think this might be a manifestation of what we saw in the keygen worker.
The cleanup OpenSSL keygen process when it times out.
Yeah.
What I'm looking at. Sorry, I'm checking
Which version of Chef
which
Server had?
version. So, yeah. So there's a habitat package improvement in 1219. Version 1291. I think 121733. If anything, this would be the first one to have the change. I'm going to go check the rebar config for this.
Okay.
121733.
So what version did you say had the fix?
1217.33 is the first release after that change was made to Chef Authn. So that would be the earliest version, if any. I just wanted to see if I could take a look at the rebar.config log to see what version of Authn went into this release.
Okay. So I'm going to make a comment and so you can see it.
Yeah.
And you can look at this.
Ten was 7, 9. Oh no, this wouldn't have that change. It doesn't look like Authn was updated for that release.
Okay.
So I'm looking at 12, 18, 14 right now.
Okay. So it might not be the right, might not have had the right.
Yeah, Authn didn't get updated for that release. So Mm. Mm, 1926. Okay. I have a feeling that the dependency might not have been updated until recently, the 13.
No, okay.
But let's see, I'm on 12.19 right now. Yeah, no, 12.19 does not. 12.19.26 does not have it.
Okay. Yeah, I saw there were some Erlang 20 fixes for Chef Authn, so anything that got it, the Erlang 20 fixes got it, but that's like 13.1 or something, right?
Yeah,
So,
so we have just one more before 13 or 11. I'm going to look at 12.19.31. The 13.011. Nope. Yep. So then I think the latest 13.1.13 perhaps.
okay, so 13.1.13.
Just give me 1 second. Yes, this has a different SHA. It's 5D0577. 5D0577, which is the latest. So yes, 13.1.13 does have it.
Yeah, that's too bad that fix didn't get merged. My
Yeah.
fault.
Well,
Oh, well. Anyways, hope I did. I mean, if they, I think if they update, increase the timeout default. I don't know if you've looked at what I wrote up there.
oh, sorry. I will go back to that screen. I haven't.
I
Okay.
think if they bump this timeout value to being like um
Right.
30 seconds. I mean, 1 second on a slower machine, if you have FIPS turned, I should mention that actually. If you have FIPS turned on, as the keygen process is substantially slower.
Slower. Okay.
I'm going to mention that in the ticket.
Cool. Thank you, Mark. Okay, quote and escape user ID and password parameters in RabbitMQ configuration. Sorry, are you done?
No, I just need to type this. Hold
Go
on
ahead.
1 second.
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry, still doing the typey here. Sorry for the pause. All right, commented. All right, RabbitMQ.
Mark created this request, but I don't know. Should we just
I won't fix.
yeah? Uh,
The fix will be removing RabbitMQ.
yeah. Uh, mm, um,
By the way, do we on the CPU 100% usage? Did we do all our triage check boxes
no,
on this?
no, we didn't. I'm sorry. I'll go back in a second.
Yeah.
Mm, mm. Okay, I should add a rabbit MQ won't fix, right?
Hmm?
I should perhaps say rabbit MQ or something.
Yeah.
Do you have the number of the issue, first issue by chance?
Of which issue?
Of the first one that we were looking
Oh, 1936.
at? Aspect stability.
Oh, yeah, stability.
Do we have anything for a pen? Or then I'll just put Earth Chef.
It's an Earth Chef. Yeah, very much Earth Chef.
Um, this was a bug.
I think we should loop back, and I mean, since it was such a big gap between the fix and the time it was integrated in Chef server,
Yeah.
we might poke at this one to see what might whether we can trigger it again. Um, the way I found this particular bug was actually we were using a really under provisioned test box
Yeah.
and starting up Chef Server in FIPS mode on a really weak. I think it was like a T1, ridiculously small T1 or something like that. And so what was happening was we'd start up the FIPS mode Chef Server, it'd try to generate a bunch of keys, get throttled,
Oh,
everything would slow down, and then our tests would explode. So that's what triggered this in the first place. And it never got merged, but we also went and just said, why are we using such tiny boxes? And so we never faced it again. But if we wanted to confirm this, and maybe I should throw that into this thing.
yeah. Not putting a size on this, I don't think. That's the 16.
There we go. Oh, dots and usernames for Bowden.
It's 5:57.
Okay. Yeah, I would expect this is still a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, pollen season is still really high. Yeah, I think this is skimming through this. I think we need to loop back and I'm trying to think of what we've. Now that we have an LDAP test suite, test
Yeah,
capability,
we do.
we really should loop back and at least review this bug.
Yes.
There's a. I don't know exactly how we should structure it, but I kind of wonder if grouping some of these things in a sort of like, all things LDAP, all, work list, things like that,
Right.
might not be reasonable. Because none of these are individually very huge to verify, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
It's just the setup time.
Any other label?
Um, yeah, I would say it's probably a bug. Yeah, I'd call it a bug. Um,
Moving on to 554. I think this has been cleaned up.
I did a lot of cleanup when we moved Chef Server Cuddle
Yeah.
out, but let's just.
I'm pretty sure that if it is an upgrade now, it doesn't show it, like it shows chef server cuddle or chef server upgrade. It doesn't show private chef. Should I say it's closed?
Just a second. Um, okay, so we still have a private chef cuddle command. It looks like private chef upgrade is no longer a thing. I just grepped the repo. Oh, there we are. Actually, no, we have private chef upgrades. No, that's. I think there's still a private chef upgrades. Yeah. Well, this is in Party Bus. Yeah, so the Party Bus one is gone, I think. But let's just. Nope. I am. I am. I am definitely lying. All right. It looks like there's still something we should. There's a cleanup task to just go through, I guess. I mean,
I,
uh,
wow, the reindex command also says private chef cuddle reindex.
yeah, there's lots of references to private chef cuddle and private chef whatever in those commands. It looks like, and now that I grepped the right directory, we probably should clean that up. Um,
Well, there are a lot of references to private chef.
yeah,
It's weird how I have never seen them.
well, yeah, we. I feel like we should probably create a ticket. Like, I mean, at this point, even chef server cuddle is misnamed.
I think I thought it was just an alias.
It is an alias, but we might. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably some name cleanup just for. I mean, do we want to convert it to Chef Infra Server Cuddle? I don't know, but we should at least try to be consistent. The only downside of this stuff is that until we get better, until we got better test coverage, changing these names. I mean, do we have good test coverage over the Chef Server Cuddle commands? Because that's what the risk is.
Yeah, we have some testing there, but I'm pretty sure it's not enough.
Yeah. Anyways,
So this is definitely not a no issue.
It's not a new issue. We should. It's. I don't know. Let's just. I think we should just classify this as a. This is a chore that we should get to. I don't feel like it affects any functionality. It's just one of those cleanups that we've just not done.
So I wouldn't call it a bug anymore. It is. No, I won't call it a good first issue, only because there might be a lot of things that it might break. It's not just a name change.
Mm-hmm.
Um, aspect UX.
Yeah, UX is definitely touched there, but there's enough internal bits too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then I'll put chef server kettle as the component because it's the major. All right. The next one is 544.
Yes.
After deleting total.
Okay. Um.
Remember what log was? Legion of something, right?
Legion of Boom. It's a reference to um it's a Seattle football reference.
Legion of Boom.
Um, that was what the team was called back then. Yeah. Okay. So we shouldn't let people do this. I mean that's. I don't know. I mean, we might figure out go. I mean, the thing actionable things here. They got the original user got themselves back going. Someone else was able to. A couple of people have found this thing. I mean, I think we have two sort of sub issues. I think, this person 2017. Either they found a fix or moved on. We probably might want to update the. We might want to produce a set of instructions on how to get yourself out of a broken pivotal key that we're willing to support, and maybe that's a chef server cuddle fix pivotal command.
Right.
This probably could be done with Fixie.
Which was the other suggestion there.
Which, we're shipping with Chef Server now, which we didn't back at the time this happened. So, that's at least, now we're at least batteries included with Fixie.
So should I put this under chef server cuddle? Not because it is under chef server Cattle, because we might create a Cattle command following Jeremiah's script, perhaps.
Yeah, either Jeremiah's script or you
Or
know,
Ritzy.
or Fixie, something. So I think the to-do list here is to try to is to is to go through and and get get up come up with some method for fixing it. Probably, I mean, this is this is extremely automatable.
Yeah.
Um, and we have all the pieces available in a way that the individuals, yeah, this probably should just be a fixie command, um, just simply because fixie is kind of fixie is already sort of set up for these kinds of like um, what I'll call dire database manipulation sorts of situations, and so we should be able to repivotal and do that. So yeah, and
Perhaps also change the name to something like do not delete. But let's see.
I think yeah. So the other thing is that we should probably um, check the check if the user is pivotal and we're trying to delete it. Say no. Just say no. Because it's just there is essentially no sane reason to delete the pivotal user. Um, it is a terribly unfortunate naming thing because people like pivotal. That's not a thing I care about. Why should I care about pivotal? It doesn't naturally shout out that no, this is actually the root user that I'm deleting. I should not do this. So it's a kind of a very it's a common failure mode. So I mean, let's just
So I should say, and take actions so that uh,
and
the
yes, the user delete or whatever should block.
bug to be where is the to be prioritized?
Honestly, I think the check for pivotal really could probably be a one-liner.
Sorry, say that again.
The check for pivotal thing before deleting
Yeah.
is maybe not technically a one-liner because I'd want to give a good error message in the logs and to the
Right,
user.
but it could be done easily enough, that bit of it.
Yeah, if username equals pivotal, then say nope and say why.
Yeah. Yeah.
This deletion, it does not do the thing I think you want to do.
Aspect would be
Correctness and
it's alphabetical.
I mean, it's just we're letting people put the system in a known bad state.
Correct.
You know, I don't see any reason to like. I know I've said enough. You know what I mean?
No, it's all good. Cool. How are we doing on time? We still have some time.
Yeah, we still have some time.
Okay. Chef server backup on 12.2.0 HA. That's 539.
All right, 539.
I would love it if we could go to under 500, but I don't think that'll be today. Anyway, sorry. Running chef server pedal backup. The HA here definitely does not mean chef backend, right? It's the DRBD. Okay.
Yeah, this is the old.
Yeah.
Okay, so this concerns the old backend service, which I don't remember is we're no longer supporting it.
We have removed DRBD support.
Huh?
We have removed the DRBD support
Yeah. Closing because we have
because
I
backup works on the newer versions and we don't support this anymore.
yeah.
Closing backup works on newer versions of shared server. Um, just looking something up real quick. Cool. So closing. Oh, let me get rid of the.
I mean, we're gonna basically they solved their problem some years ago,
Yeah. And we were. Okay.
and we're just we put this one. We're not gonna fix. We're not gonna fix anything having to do with.
Okay. 12.1 unable to remove user from org.
That's number 538.
538, yes.
Oh. Closing for I would close this because I
They
don't
haven't
think there's any further actions need to be taken on this one.
I'll just say closing this for now. Please feel free to reopen.
Yeah. That's, all right.
538, right?
Yeah.
All right, 531 then.
Okay. Okay, so this is a feature request for the depth solver. And yeah, depth solver. I would say that this is uh we're I mean, like, I guess the two solutions here is one is depth solving locally using policy files, which is kind of where we're trying to steer people nowadays. And I don't think we're going to improve the depth solver itself much, if at all, anytime soon. So, I mean,
Makes sense to perhaps close it.
close it. For reference, we're recommending people do local dependency solving and use policy files. Is probably the way I'd say it.
Right.
Because people will find this, and having a steering them to the where we want them to be is the this will help the next person who
Yeah.
lands here.
Use policy files.
I would say use policy files, which makes the depth solving local, but
Okay.
it takes it out of the critical path.
So should we say that we will not be making any major updates to depth solver?
I would leave it as this
Okay.
as is because I don't want rule it. It's unlikely.
Okay.
Because as I say, there are other ways to do that now.
Multiple SSL for multiple domains is 530.
Okay. Hey. Okay. I would close this.
Yeah.
I admit I don't necessarily even understand some of um, the details of what a subject alternative name. I'd have to read up on this. Let's just close it for now.
What? How do I phrase the reason? Say closing for now.
Yeah.
Mm, all right. So 527 then. Hey, we might just go under 500.
Okay. 527. Oh boy.
It's not the best thing, but does it cause issues? Like I'm only saying this because this is a very old.
Yeah, I would. My temptation would be to, again, close this and
Yeah,
invite people to reopen it if they're being bit by it.
yeah, I would agree with that.
And yeah, I don't, if it's not causing trouble and large numbers of people are not being hit by it or confused by it, it feels
Right.
like this is, I would, yeah.
If not, no. If needed.
Yeah, that would confuse me.
All right, the last issue number bigger than 500. Yay.
All right, what is our number?
Let's go.
521.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, Ackles. Oh boy. Um,
Unless he has a backup.
this is what Fixie was born to do. This is why I wrote the Fixie tool.
Okay.
Um,
But is there something we can like give him? Link him to?
yeah. Here we go. You know, I would say, you know, here, I'll write something.
But is is there an action item for us on this? Or would it be okay to just comment and close this?
I think I'm gonna comment and close it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. It is 12:34.
Yep.
All right, so
Good
close
time to start.
to one more, or do you want
We can do one more.
to?
Sure.
Okay. What do you got as the next one?
Think that will be IAM support for bookshelf on S3. Ah, this will make Nathan very happy as well.
So, do we have an issue? Let's link this. Let's just link this to. I would say, is this on our ticket? Do we have a ticket for IAM work in Lincoln's current work?
No, we don't.
Do we want to? Yeah.
I feel like this is a good enhancement once we get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we want to track this? Because I feel like it should be tracked. We should somehow connect this up with work.
With the current SIG 4 work that we are doing.
Yeah.
Yep, I made a note for that. I will add this to as a dependency into that main issue.
Cool.
And then I'll put this as an this is an enhancement. It's not like a must do to close the original ticket, but it'll be a good to do.
Yeah.
So what do we say for enhancement? Usability, improving usability.
Usability. Yeah.
Which we don't have usability. UX maybe then.
It's not really a UX thing. It's a functionality thing.
Lowest, yeah. Triage. Everything physical assistant and status. It's not exactly the next release, it's the release after, but
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah.
This is good enough.
Well, and hopefully you'll be able to like do a quick roll up of when you can do a consider for next release.
Yeah.
Look at that list and sort of feel where you are on the burn down
Yeah.
of getting things out.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to call it?
Yes. Let's do that. We'll be starting with 476 next time. That makes me so
Yeah.
happy. So we have only 11 issues in the 400s. Cool.
Yeah.
See you in the next week.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Of course.